Welcome back to the Semaphore News Weekly Report. My name is Reverend Janet Callahan. As always, I am your host. This is a production of Spiral Moon Media Group and Spiral Moon Family Circle. We broadcast on paganpublicradio.com, and that can be found on many pagan radio apps and other radio apps, along with its website. We also broadcast the news every week on our Facebook page. And we broadcast on Spiral Moon TV, which can be found on Facebook, on their website, spiralmoontv.com, on Roku, on Twitch, and on YouTube. As always, up there in the upper left are our sponsors. They help make this station possible, so if you are interested in getting advertising in, please chat with me and we will get you set up. Neurodivergent Voices series, Animal Reiki, Epona Author Solutions, Silver Wheel Services, Spiral Moon Academy, Spiral Moon's Education, and Good Vibrations Energy Studio. We thank you so much for your support. Let's get into last week first. Over the weekend was the Michigan Witches Bazaar and Ball. The bazaar had a ton of tables. The venue was full. We had a fairly decent stream of people through, although we could have always used more people. The vendors sponsor the ball. The ball tickets and anything left over after they've paid for the venue go to charity. So the charities are Wolf Run Wildlife and Spiritual Sanctuary, which is a local pagan organization that runs events and runs a sanctuary. Pagans in Need Food Pantry, which has 5 chapters across the state. They provide food to pretty much anybody. And you can reach them through their website, pagansinneed.org. All the chapters can be reached that way. And the Michigan Pagan Scholarship Fund, which funds college scholarships for graduating high school seniors. So it's a great group of organizations to support, and the community does a great job of supporting them. One of the other things that happens at the Witches' Ball is the awarding of the Pagan of the Year. I'm pleased to announce that this year I was the choice for Pagan of the Year, which is kind of cool. I join a great group of people who have been awarded for their support of the community and their work and service to the community. And so I want to thank everybody on the nominating board and the people who put on the ball. We should also mention that Kenya Kofiak has been the ball's liaison and organizer for the last several years. She has turned that responsibility over to Gordon Ireland. So there may be some changes in the near future, but be on the lookout for Gordon's updates. So let's get into this week's news. I'm going to start with our calendar. Saturday, we have the Spiral Moon Next Gen Interest Meeting. That's for kids and teens activities. You do not have to live locally in order to participate, so please jump online and chat with us about what you're interested in doing and where you're at and what ages your children are so that we can plan some events and activities that will support everyone. Saturday is also the Dia de los Muertos Psychic Fair at Crimson Commuter and the Mystic Sisters annual Samhain gathering, which is up near Midland, I think. Auburn, Michigan, it says. Sunday is the Queer Pagan Community Meeting at Gaia's Goods out in Mount Morris. And Sunday is also Hestia's Hearth and Home grand opening. For those who don't know, Hestia's Hearth and Home is Spiral Moon's new online thrift store. We feel like the thrift store is a great way to bring support for our community and support for things we believe in, like keeping things out of landfills and protecting the environment, while helping to support Spiral Moon and its activities and to support our community through our community aid fund, which will help provide goods from the store to people in need. And our long-term goal is also to do some job skills training for folks in our community who need them. So please come out and support us. We will be talking about and looking for some help and some volunteers to help us get things listed and to help us keep track of everything and keep everything organized. Off to Facebook. Tonight there's a graveyard work class online. I don't know who's running it, but it sounds like a really cool class. If you've ever wondered about doing graveyard work or gathering graveyard dirt and haven't thought about how to do it properly or ethically, this sounds like it's kind of a good class for you to go to. Tomorrow, there is a Halloween pet party at Urban Rest Brewing Company. Friday, which is Samhain / Halloween, is Intergem's first day open for their jewelry show for this fall. That's in Southfield. And there's a Witches Night Ramen and Tarot out in Commerce at Cooper's Dish. They're going to have a ramen bar and tarot readers. Which sounds like an interesting mix. Be sure you look out for the kids if you have trick-or-treaters in your neighborhood. And, make sure you're giving them some good candy. Saturday. Let's see. Saturday is Beyond the Veil, which is MEC's fall event. MEC runs Convocation, and Beyond the Veil usually has a class and a workshop and some sort of food. This year they're doing a potluck feast. They will be out at the Ypsilantic Freight House Saturday evening. And this year's event, I think, is free, which is not typical, so you might want to go jump over there and see. Saturday, there's also the Vampires Ball, which claims to be Ferndale's biggest Halloween dance party. Sunday, Todd Stockwell has a class at the Commonwealth Club titled You're Beautiful and Brilliant, Get Your Power. Sunday, Divination Toolbox with Charisse, Bibliomancy. That's at the Boston Tea Room. Monday, here in my neighborhood in Troy, one of our neighbors is going to be having a soup dinner outside where people can just come and get soup. If you're in the area and you want to know more about that, please hit me up and I will give you details. That one's open to everybody. Monday, there is a full moon sound bath meditation at Boston Tea Room. Tuesday is the family happy hour at Keys to Manifestation. If you are out near Lansing, you should check out Keys to Manifestation and Weavers of the Web, ATC. The Coven and the shop are closely interrelated. They always have a ton of great stuff going on and a ton of great projects. Wednesday next week, there is a grand opening of a new shop called Trail Post and a Hive in Taylor. I don't know a ton about them, but I do know that they are going to be new and opening. That's their grand opening. So you should definitely check that out. As always, we are looking for reporters, writers, volunteers for our events, teachers for classes, students for classes. Most of our classes are recorded and they're available online anytime, so you should check that out. spiralmooneducation.org. And with that, we hope you have a great Samhain, happy Halloween, and that you stay safe, and that if you are struggling with food in your household, either because you're just not getting paid enough to buy food, or because you have SNAP benefits that you're not getting this month, please reach out. We have resources here that we can help point you to. We can get you in touch with Pagans in Need. We can help find rides to places. All of those things are possible, but they're not possible if we don't know that you need help. With that, I hope you have a great holiday. I'll talk to you later.